Clement's D-Day is the 15th of December. Why is it the 15th of December? Because that's the day of the League Cup final when Rangers take on Celtic. Well, welcome along to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen James, the channel that brings you your team every single day, guys. Right, look, there's a saying, isn't there? Give a man enough rope and he'll hang himself. I mean, that's pretty depressing, but it is what it is, guys. That is the saying, isn't it? That's what people say. And we head in, we're now on the 13th of November. And, as I talked this morning on this morning's video that came out at 6 a.m. this morning, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the video here. Dead man walking, fans lost, players lost, about the manager. And the players as well, and the blame and the vacuum at the top of the club that's causing this lack of direction. So, look, Clement is in a unique position that he's kind of held on to his job, I think, a little bit longer than perhaps that other managers would have done in the past because of the fact that we have no chairman, we have no CEO, we have no director of football. So there's nobody in effect to take the decisions. To what degree and what power John Gilligan has to take decisions, I think it's solely down to Gilligan's job is getting a new chairman, getting a new CEO, and moving forward from there, all of which seem to be taking forever. So look, where are we up to? This is where we're at now. We're going into we're in the international break, yet another boring international break. When we come out of the international break, everything looks towards the 15th of December. 15th of December, of course, is the League Cup final, and it is Celtic that we face. So we come back, and there are a number of what I would call tricky games where Clement could put himself in an even more difficult position, meaning that defeat to Celtic on the 15th kind of leaves whoever is in charge of the club with little to no choice but to sack the manager because of his previous record against Celtic being absolutely shocking, and the fact that he has not beaten them yet. And as we all know, managers that don't beat Celtic don't last. That's a fact. Also, the fact that if we've had a lot of results this season so far that have been very poor, and the style of play has been very poor, and if we were to lose any more points, which there are potentials for, I think, over these coming weeks, that he puts himself in a position where he has to be gone by the end of the 15th of December, by 5:30, 6:30, whatever time it is, on that 15th of December, he has to be sacked. So, we come back, we play Dundee United at home. Dundee United are in good form. They're just below us in the league. Jim Goodwin's done a good job with them. So, that is not necessarily a gimme. As we saw against Hearts in that recent game, where Hearts, I think, were unlucky not to get a point out of that game, despite what some of the happy clappers may tell you. That's a tricky banana skin. If we were to drop points there, it really does start to tighten that noose around Phillipe Clement's neck. Then we go away to Nice in the Europa League. Nice currently 5th or 6th, I think it is, in Ligue 1. A decent side. That will be a very tricky tie on the same level as the Olympiacos game. However, Nice have some slightly better players. So again, that is a position where we could slip up, we could draw, we could lose. And we'll look at scenario B in a minute. St Johnstone away, look, with the greatest of respect, that's a game we should be easily winning. Killie at home, again, is another one that is a potential banana skin. Derek McInnes will have his team set up, good to go, ready to play, and all fired up for that game. So, again, that's a tricky one. And, as we saw last season, Killie got results at Parkhead. So, that is not beyond the realms of possibility that we could come out of that game dropping points again. Again, the noose tightens even tighter. Ross County away. I know we lost there last season, but realistically, again, Ross County, very poor team, shouldn't be losing. Then it's Tottenham at home in the Europa League. Now, Tottenham are a weird team this season. They're a win one, lose one, win one, lose one team. Ange Postecoglou is under a massive amount of pressure, and it could even be that Ange is not their manager come the 12th of December. They've actually moved on from him. But, Tottenham, whoever the manager is, whether it be Ange or whether it be whoever, carry a lot of threat. They have a lot of very good footballers. They have Son, they have Van de Ven, they have Madison, they have Solanke. They've got some real talent in that side. So again, that is a team that realistically, again, we could lose. So we could come out of that game having dropped points in 4 games out of a possible 6. Then again, we could win 6 out of 6. You never know. But I think it all comes down to that 15th of December. Obviously, we are the defending champions of the League Cup, winning it last season, beating Aberdeen, not having to beat Celtic, who were knocked out. So I think, if we were to lose to Celtic on that 15th of December, we face a situation where for me, a decision has to be taken on the 16th of December. You know, a decision has to be made really clear because we are coming to the end of that month. We're heading towards January transfer window, where if you're going to get a new manager in, you might as well give him January to influence Niels Koppen and who he brings in. You know, to at least give him a good period of time to try and turn the team round to some degree. I mean, personally speaking, if Clement is sacked, I think an interim manager is the way to go until the end of the season, and then at the end of the season you make a decision on who the new manager should be. I don't think that's a decision we should rush into mid-season. You know, that is a mistake and has been a mistake and hasn't worked since Gerrard left. So you look at that set of fixtures, and come the 15th of December, you know, like I said, there's a number of games there where we could, if we are playing as badly as we have been playing in recent games, drop points. If we were then to lose to Celtic, I know there's a lot of ifs and buts and whys and wherefores and maybes and possiblies, but it's looking at the situation as it presents itself that 15th of December really genuinely could be turning either the end of Clement or it could be a turning point. It genuinely could be the other aspect, to put the positive spin on it. If we were to win that game on the 15th and win those 6 games prior to that, that then represents a real turning point, a real signal, a real laying down of a marker. Do I think that's realistic at this moment in time? Probably not, because of the way we're currently playing. And I think even the most one-eyed Rangers fan with the most bluest of goggles on, looking at how we are currently playing, cannot in any conscience think that we win 6 from 6 and we win the cup final, playing the way we are currently playing. If there is an uptake in the level, that we see better team selections and no Tav, no Dessers, Cortez back fit, I think there's a chance of actually winning that cup final. Of course I do. You know, if you think there's no chance of winning, then what's the point of even taking part? But the 15th of December for me could be the point where a line in the sand is reached and a decision has to be taken. And if Celtic were to completely outplay us and completely batter us on that day, his position becomes massively untenable at that point. Hugely untenable. Like I said, I think it's mainly because of his previous record against Celtic, which is so poor. And as I've said at the start of the video, any manager that loses the majority of his games to Celtic does not last as Rangers manager. Guys, that's just a little bit of a little video here, just to kind of sort of stimulate some debate and question. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Drop me a like, drop me a share, drop me a comment, drop me a sub, anything you can, guys, to help the channel to grow and help the video to grow. Thank you for watching. Please remember, we are the people.